Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 16. Alright, and we have a celebratory party of sorts being held in Johan's honor.
Yeah, sort of second coming sacrifice thing for their god, or...
Yeah, or their second
whatever.
Hitler. Or
second
whatever.
Hitler, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well that sounds crazy and intense, but we also have everyone captured. We have Tenma is being tortured in some dungeon basement somewhere. We have the Turkish woman of the person that
with the baby
Tenma randomly met. Yes, well, we don't know if
she's pregnant or...
Yeah, if she's pregnant or if the baby's with her or if there's some other situation going on with the kid. But also, Anna's back in the story.
Yes,
as
she's packing.
Yes, she is. She is packing between her legs, more or less, too.
Yeah. Did you have to phrase it just like that?
It's true, though.
Well, yes.
But in particular, her place in this story makes things very complicated in a good way. Because we don't know how Johan responds when interacting with his sister. But
and we don't know how he responds when people take his sister captive, essentially.
Right, we don't know, basically, what her response will be for Johan, Johan, or what Johan's response will be to her.
Right.
But we have a pretty good guess of what Johan's response will be to his little cult that follows him.
Or at least we can dream.
Yes, and we're excited about that. So that can be pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get into this episode and see how it all goes down. Wolf's confession.
Yeah.
Dieter isn't having any of this crap. You thief.
Oh,
that's the boy, yeah.
あんたこそそんなとこにいないでママんとこ帰んな。
Yeah.
テンマがいるもん。
テンマ？
Wait a minute.
Oh, how sweet of her!
Anime eating montage.
Yes.
ってことはあんたそのテンマが帰ってくるの待ってるわけだ。もう力になってくれそうな東洋人が私の目の前で跳ねられて。
東洋人。
あ、テンマってのも日本人だって言ってたね。でもまさかね。
No, it is.
僕行くよ。場所どこ
？Not having a good time, Tenma.
Yeah.
今ゴルフ閣下が見えるんでちゅ。
明日の晩のトルコ人街焼き討ちのメンバーが揃いました。何かご予定に変更は？
すべて予定通り、私は真っ赤な空を見ながら食事をします。だからちょっとでも時間がずれたら楽しいお食事が台無し。
彼はお前たちのような安っぽい人種差別や偏見など持ち合わせていない。
Sheep. That is an effective adjective.
Yeah, the entire human race.
That derpy smile on his face, though. I love that he couldn't refute his argument. He's just like, oh, Roger, you know, shut up. Ha! Ha! Dieter!
こちらのお客にお風呂一杯いつものやつ。はいよ。
What? Dieter, what a badass! Oh my gosh! He just downed it and he's like, peace. Yeah, I'm out. He's gonna grow up rotten. Oh man. So he was putting that all up as a front. Wow, Dieter, you're awesome.
And he has the cherry, toothpick thing.
テンマ
Crap. That's a very effective way to give us the shivers, you know, without actually doing a jump scare, you know.
だから私ここを抜け出してあなたの町の人に
Now
知らせに行
Dieter's
くわ。
caught.
Yeah.
あなたの名前はニナ。 あなたを助け出した時
It's going by
会いま
Nina
しょう
now.
Yep.
ドイツに来てひどい目に遭ってばかりだったけど
No.
初めていい人に会えたよ
No.
私たち友達だね
ねえ坊やの名前はなんていうの？アイシェ？アイシェ？
Uh-oh.
アイシェ！
What the heck? What the heck? This is intense. What the heck?
No.
Crap.
Tenma というのはその男か。
ええ、私が捕まえました。あれ、ボルフ閣下は
His
別の場所で
Excellency.
お待ちだ。この男を連れて行く。
おいや、しかしこれは私の手柄で、私
あー
が首してから殺そうと。
Crap.
この子はどうしましょ
え、
う。この男を探しに来たとか言ってました。
処分しなさい。
やめろ。
うるさいな。今やってしまいなさい。想像しいから。
No, please no.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not gonna do that.
Whoa. 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 What the heck?
ドクター天馬、これまでの非礼をお許しください。あなたはボルフ将軍の大切なゲストです。
Oh. Okay. Oh, dang. Oh, crap. Is she gonna shoot up the place now? Like. Oh, crap. Is Johan already here?
どういうこと？
That could have been General Wolf's men.
Maybe, but I don't think they would, I don't think they would do it this way. Yeah, the way they're all isolated in different areas of the house.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and it's knocked over. Yep. Yeah, this is Johan.
教授。
Yeah.
もうすぐボルフ将軍がお待ちになっている屋敷に到着します。
そこにはニナもいるのか。
ええ、ご安心を。
Oh.
彼女
Oh,
も
okay.
あなた同様大切なゲストです。
車を止めろ。
Oh.
He says with a smile as the gun is pointing.
He's like, Tenma,
人
that's...
街まで一人で行けるか。後から行く。だが今はどうしても行かなくちゃならない。
でも
しっかりしろ。男の子だろ。行け
Oh.
ばカルビン通りの人はみんな助かるんだ。早く行け。
Okay, yeah. Get Dieter away from where all the crazy crap is gonna go down.
Yeah, Dieter!
All
Dieter
right.
the hero!
手荒なことをして悪かった。言ってくれ。私を信用して銃を返してくれたあなた方には悪かったが。
ゲーデリッツは死んだよ。
That's Wolf.
ゲーデリッツだけではない。
Yeah.
彼の部下たちも殺されていた。
死体の処理は我々で済ませました。
Oh, okay.
ニナは
我々がこの屋敷にボルフ将軍をお連れした時には姿はありませんでした。
Gotcha. And everyone was dead.
私がウォルフだ。
Right.
しかし10年前の写真とはまるで別人。
Okay,
Not
what's...
that different.
Well, he looks a little bit different.
I mean, okay, 10 years. Yeah,
Whoa, fear.
恐怖だよ。
that's right. Yeah, because it was only 10 years ago. So, yeah.
おじさん、もっとスピード出ないの？
So he's...
200キロ出てるぜ。
200キロ？メーター壊れてるって。間に合わないよ。
Yeah.
私は今便宜上この組織に属しているだけだ。そう、ヨハンという名は私がつけたんだ。
Oh,
彼
yeah.
ら兄弟は
Right, when they found them wandering,
チェ
yeah.
コの国境近くを歩いていたところを我々が保護した。彼らはあの厳重な国境の警備をかいくぐり、栄養失調と寒さで瀕死の状態である。意識を回復した時、私は彼に問いかけた。今の気分はどうだね？彼はこう答えたよ。あなたも今にわかりますよ。
What the heck?
私がウォルフである証拠はないんだよ。私を知っている人間は次から次へとこの世から消えていった。次々と死んでいった。すべてヨハンがやったんだよ。
Yeah, I knew that was leading up to that. Oh my god.
So he's essentially erasing
ウォルフであると証明できる
Wolf's existence from the
のは
world.
唯一東ドイツから持ち出した大金のおかげだ。
No
孤
one.
独だよ。これを
Wait,
the
what?
message.
ロンベルクのヒルデン運とエンゲルス社の倉庫跡で待つ。
皆はこの伝言を見てその場所へ向かったのだろう。
Okay.
彼を殺してもらいたい。
To kill Johan, yeah, obviously.
早くカルビン通りの人に知らせなくっちゃ。
なんてこった。ついに俺にも運が巡ってきやがった。
え？
It'll be, yeah, it'll be his excuse to steal the rug, yeah.
ついてきたぞ。
Wow.
火事場泥棒。
大声出すな。誰にも聞かれちゃまずいん
Give
だ
him。the cherry toothpick.
話せよ。
町のやつだけじゃね
話せ
え。その右翼の連中に知れてみろ。
話せ。
いるんじゃ
Oh
ね
my
えぞ。
gosh.
特にスキンヘッドに鍵十字の入れ墨入れてるようなやつに。
Are we gonna see Johan for like the first time in forever?
Right. All this build up just for one more meeting.
Yeah. He's here.
Yeah.
And they're not showing him?
なんなの？これは。
Wait. Something else.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right. So, Johan killed everybody.
Yep. Quite efficiently, quite
Yeah.
quickly, and
Although-
no one ever saw him.
Although I believe he probably lifted a finger. Okay, maybe not, but he probably lifted a finger for this. So if that's the case, he needs to step up his game.
Oh, you're meaning he did this directly himself?
Yeah.
Well, I think he, in their final moments, him coming up was honoring their request. Like, I'm
Sure.
here. Aren't you happy? Then he slices their throat,
Sure.
bludgeons the back of their head. No, it wasn't with the gun. Like, I would say, like,
A lot
almost
of those
all
people
of,
had holes in their heads, though.
yes, and some of them were on the back of the head without
That's true.
something and a hole in the front of the head. I think that he came
Yeah.
in with an assortment of things.
Okay.
One melee weapon, one ranged weapon. But I would say not all of them were killed by guns.
Sure, that probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
What an introduction for General Wolf.
Yeah.
That is a great point that,
Right.
only 10 or 12 years, I guess, has passed since the picture. But he looks way older because of fear. Now, here's the thing that really stood out to me. He said that Johan said, when he asked, how do you feel? He said, you'll know soon enough.
Right.
And that it was solitude. But he said, you'll know soon enough. Way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's starting, I guess Wolf is starting to piece together that it's, the idea of solitude and loneliness and all that stuff. So, did that mean as soon as they picked him up, Johan was already, as soon as he woke up, figuring out what he was going to do? Or he already had a plan or something like that?
No. I think it's a non-answer that can be filled in whenever Johan decides to tell him.
Oh, okay.
It's that
There we go.
Johan didn't want to tell him. Johan
Sure.
probably was
Okay.
in, even though he's got his, scary sociopathic kind of
Yeah.
aspect to him. I think that he was giving him that answer because he knows that by maybe his brain working out that this is his situation, he's going to be spending a decent amount of time with this person.
Okay.
And that at some point in the future, he will tell him how he's doing or how he's feeling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a thing of like, oh, you're not worthy to know what I'm feeling right now. But when you are, you will know. And then you can figure that out for yourself. I like that Johan's character, in a lot of ways, exists because of other people's utterances. We don't really have that much of direct involvement regarding Johan. We have to hear it via the words of other people, other people's reactions to him, other people's encounters with him, experiences, thoughts, perceptions, all of the above, giving us a very varied interpretation on Johan, but very little raw experience with him outside of things like the parking garage or when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because in a lot of ways that's kind of like exposition, but it's a way of telling done right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when we have
great.
episodes like this because the mansion scene with Anna, or she's now calling herself Nina, so we might want to just stick with Nina. I don't know, but whatever.
I have some bad associations with Nina, though. Like, so, I don't know.
Yeah, but point being, both of those aren't her names, so we can call her whatever we want.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, because that would, yeah.
But in particular, Johan killing them all, and Anna or Nina kind of finding that out with us, with that eerie scratching static just kind of noise going on, was just so good because
it really was.
We've gone a while without Johan directly being involved with the present story. It's been more of let's explore these things about Johan's past, some episodic stuff, and getting into maybe some of the people that encountered Johan,
the effects
10 years
of
ago.
Johan, kind
Exactly. And now we've gotten to the source.
Right. Or at least we would think so, but they still haven't shown us what's exactly on top of that building.
At least Anna has seen something.
Right.
And this show just did a legit cliffhanger. I don't think this show has actually done cliffhangers like that since the beginning, like the very first few episodes. They've done pretty tight-knit, woven stories.
They really have.
Up until now. And now they're all like, oh, all right, we're back into cliffhanger territory. And I'm like, ah!
I guess that just means that that's what happens when Johan is around. It goes into linear format rather than episodic.
Sure. I mean, it's all somewhat linear and episodic, but the stuff with Johan directly is way more linear than episodic. But oh man,
and it's weird because that makes us not just the linear whole thing, but the way they build up Johan and they show the effects of Johan, it makes it so that like I'm strangely excited to see Johan appear on camera again, right?
Right.
Because
even though that means people are gonna like die and be manipulated and have all the
right,
problems,
have all that horrible stuff happen, because
because he's compelling.
Yeah, he's very compelling.
That's the thing I think they want you to feel. Is
his
that
charisma.
You want to feel the gravitas of Johan being involved.
Right.
Basically, when people have some kind of a connection point with Johan, be it a conflict thing, a plot point, Anna being his sister and stuff, we're supposed to feel that gravitas, I think is just a great word for it, surrounding that. Right. And then we enjoy that when it's there because it's not there as often, and then we feel a little bit like, we feel a little bit weird about how we're excited of when the villain, who is this extremely terrifying sociopath that just murders without...
Sort of defies understanding, kind of.
Yeah. That's just a fun thing that the show's like, have fun with that. You can deal with that in your own time when you're not watching the show. When you're discussing it with your brother post.
Which is great to have something that where they leave the mystery box closed.
Right.
So that you can get those wheels in your head turning around and around about it, long after you're done watching the show.
Oh,
But
yeah. So we have Tenma freed from the whole situation. Wolf is not an antagonist. He is antagonistic towards Johan in actuality,
understandably
because
so.
Johan is exterminating anything and everything associated with Wolf, which I think is not that Johan is actually trying to exterminate people surrounding Wolf. I think he's trying to exterminate people surrounding him. So Johan is trying to erase the memory of
his existence.
Maybe this is where that line could be best
being the
put.
last person alive at the end of the world.
No, the one about the devil. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist.
Yeah.
That's from Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But what if Johan is trying to he's trying to become the malevolent force that knocks on the dark closets of humanity,
that makes
basically.
that scratching noise in your ear. Yeah.
Right, where he's trying to become fear itself, and in order to do that, he has to become anonymous. He can't be associated with a name. So
you're right. He
probably
wants to become more than just a person.
Right. He wants to become the idea of fear, and he would need to strip his name. The idea that people out there know him and call him Johan is a bit of a problem.
He wants to be he who must not be named, not just in the sense that people are afraid to say his name, but that people don't even know he exists.
Right, and so therefore he eliminates people tied in with his origin so that doesn't spread, and then eventually he'll come back to Tenma and he'll be like, all right, and you're the last person I kill. Like,
well, yeah, and that's the interesting thing, because they're building this side up, but they've already previously introduced the contradiction that he has a weak spot for his sister.
Yep.
So
maybe this is where we can bring back the old theory of how he's trying to create the monster within Tenma, and that Tenma is basically his gift to the world. Basically, he sees it as some kind of dark, Tenma. Yes, I will mold you over time, and you'll be like me, and you'll understand me, and we will have our there you go. You have an unholy trinity of Tenma, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Nina. Holy Nina.
But why can't we just have it be something where Johan simply wants to create a world where his sister Nina Lee can be saved?
Okay, please never say that again. Like, never say that again. That cringe was so real. But in all seriousness, guys, Johan being back in the story puts a lot of things into question. My initial thoughts was that Wolf was going to be the one that would come in and kind of shake things up at the house. We found out it was Johan. With Wolf being into this, though, and saying that he's, against Johan in this bit, and not being the one that created Johan. And this is something that I don't know if we actually kind of forgot, or we kind of misconstrued when Wolf was introduced into Johan's story, because we knew about the Czechoslovakia border pickup. Right. But I don't think we knew exactly that Wolf was the one that picked him up, or them up.
Yeah, no, the what's his face, Dieter's,
I don't think we knew that Wolf was the one that did it back before this episode.
No, yeah, the Dieter, I forget the guy's name, but the guy who's trying
Dieter's
to Dieter's dad. Get about bad taste in my mouth saying that. He said that Wolf was the one who found Johan at the Czechoslovakia border, and he recognized something in Johan, and then he brought him to
Okay, because I think it was a little bit more vague than that, but okay, so we know that now for 100% certain, but what that means in particular was that Johan's origins haven't really been discovered yet.
No.
We still don't know where he came from. And now my question is because Wolf has been introduced and they're making the point of Wolf is like the last one.
Right.
There is no one left, kind of by Wolf's statement, as far as he knows, that know anything about Johan pre-Czechoslovakia
Exactly.
border.
There probably is nothing left. Like, we'll never be able to find it out.
Right. So my question is this show going to be the one where that's the mystery box? Is that they will not answer the question of nature versus nurture.
Sure. I can totally see them doing that.
Until we get maybe to the end of the story and Johan just tells us.
But even then, they might not, because, better leave it a mystery.
Well, I think it's great if they leave it a mystery, but it asks the question. They haven't told us literally whether or not they will delve into Johan's origins more.
Right.
And I like that, because now I'm going to be questioning it, and I'm going to be looking at every bit of evidence from here on out to see whether or not we're going to go one way or the other. And because this show has a decent amount of episodes, there's plenty of time to unearth more stuff.
Absolutely.
But if they don't want to unearth more stuff, what are the next, like, large number of episodes focused on? Well, is it where Johan begins to enact his goal?
Right.
And we now are like, okay, we need to stop him. Like, we need to do whatever it takes. And it's just this really arduous, intense journey of trying to stop something that is impossible to stop, you know?
Right. Like, how do you stop it if you can't even really find it?
Or understand it. Or
right. Because here's the thing. I would not be surprised at all if, Nina got up to the roof and there was basically just the sign that said, haha, and then Wolf's dead, Johan killed him, right? That's one last person off the checklist.
Oh, so meaning that he led her there because I don't make a statement to her, whatever it is, it's not important, but he waited in the mansion to kill
like
Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Because the fact that they didn't reveal what was on the roof makes me think it's not Johan.
No, it's not Johan.
Right. So then the question is, what is it? And
well, she said, what is this?
Right.
So it's not Johan, obviously.
Exactly.
It's the question of, did Johan leave something? Is it a dead, mangled body? Is it like a goat ritual sacrifice? Like, there's
is it another message of some kind? And
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. So there's no hints as to what it could be, other than it's a this and not a who.
Right.
But the bit with Wolf having kind of come around, I would say, almost on Johan, like realizing, well, what have I done? Like,
well, right, and the idea that I don't feel very safe. I want him gone. I will feel much better then.
Right.
That'll
so
do loads for my
He basically kind of commissioned Tenma. Please kill him.
Right.
I don't know if he's doing this out of just a natural need to survive, like a will to survive, or if Wolf is basically like, I can't send any of these people because I've seen what Johan's fear does, and I see something different in Tenma because they knew about Tenma, and I'm upset that they didn't really tell us anything about why they knew about everything Tenma.
Yeah, because on the one hand, it could make sense. Johan's in the whatever dude's family and all that stuff with Nina, and they end up dying, right? And Johan's been shot, and they're taken to a hospital.
Yep.
The gifts, the candy and stuff that was sent was probably sent from them.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So they were obviously monitoring him, so they knew that Tenma saved him.
But they didn't know necessarily about the connection that was formed unless Johan told them.
Or unless they had some way of keeping watch and knowing that Johan basically got in touch with Tenma again.
There was a nurse in particular, I think, that might have been their spy. There's a possibility there.
Possibly.
It could have been literally any of the hospital staff too that might have just talked with Johan.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a crazy thing to think about, is that we, kind of think back on the original event that started all this.
Yeah.
And it's like, Johan was unconscious in a coma for a large portion of that.
Yep.
But there was those portions of time where he was awake. He could have been talking with people.
He could have. There was also the fact that what was it? There was the whole publicity deal that what's his face, Ava's dad did with Johan to show how they were able to save him.
Yeah.
So that could have been a way that they found out about, like, okay, Johan's alive, he's awake, all this stuff, and then
but why did they? Well, I guess then if they were monitoring Tenma... No, here's an easier solution. They were monitoring Tenma. Tenma disappears from the hospital and is now wanted across the country for murder.
And they're like, oh, we know how that happened.
We know why that started.
Yeah.
So they don't know necessarily that he wants to kill Johan. Maybe until they start following him.
And until they saw how adept he was with a gun. You know, then they're like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we see what's going on here.
Oh, so that's a good point. They don't necessarily know that he's been on a mission to kill Johan all this time. Until they met him, they just knew that he was someone that had experienced Johan's influence on some level and survived.
Sure. Yes.
So here's another crazy bit. Is there anyone besides Wolf that has encountered Johan's direct conscious influence and is alive? I'd say very few.
Yeah, it's probably just Johan, Nina, and Tenma.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably it.
Well, Johan wouldn't do it on himself.
Well, wait, did I say Johan?
Yeah.
Nina, Wolf, Nina, and Tenma.
Yeah.
Well, although that's another idea, the whole idea of Johan using his whole fear thing on himself because he has to master his own fear before he can.
That's part of a thing that I've wondered with these messages was when he seems to almost be giddy and overly emotional and stuff.
Because we haven't seen that from Johan whenever he was there in person.
Yeah, he was like, you know.
Yeah.
But I would love to see the potential of a split personality with Johan.
Okay.
And where
that would be
he
crazy.
Utilizes the fact that he's not doing this to justify some of his own quandaries of the soul or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Johan did good, buddy. I'm cheering you on for killing the Nazis. I mean, we wanted it to happen. He was efficient. He did it. And he saved his sister.
And hopefully Dieter will be able to save the town?
Yeah, that was weird. They showed up and they were like, oh, those swastika-covered skinheads show up, and then bald people show up.
Right.
I think the term
all
skinhead
very much in shape and stuff. So maybe that's what it is. That they've now essentially been like recaptured or something.
Or it's nothing. It's a red herring. We'll see with that.
Because he was like roughing up a kid, so it could be
in a park,
in a public area. So it could be the people who are like, "What's this guy doing?" Like,
right?
Yeah. I guess we'll see.
Who knows? Maybe those are literally the people that were, sent to burn the Turkish district.
Because we still don't know exactly how they were planning on burning the entire district.
Well, they would have a lot of people with bombs, basically.
Probably, yeah. They probably had it all set up beforehand, and yeah.
All right. Well, this bit is where I get a little bit dumbfounded with Monster because it's so intense and it's so like white knuckle thriller stuff, but the actual like plot things are all kind of hinting and build-ups and foreshadows and and bits there, and it's more of like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And it's where Monster kind of staves away from some of the philosophical questions and goes into just the thriller fears and stuff. And it's where it's good. Like it's good at both of them, to be fair. But when it really wants to do the thriller build-up intensity things, it's like 10 out of 10, really good. Yes. So it leaves less for discussion, but it's awesome to experience.
10 out of 10,
Well played. All right, guys, if you want to see the next episode's reaction, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there, watch full-length reactions, get on our Discord, chat with us there, and yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.